When I started making knives, I rented a space before I had my first grinder and had made my first knife. I'm not a guy who checks the water with my toe before I jump in. I'm fucking all in when I do stuff. The first thing I did is I said, man, I don't have any work tables. I don't know if this knife thing's going to work out. So I bought a Miller welder and I welded this table right here. This table. And then I built a shelf and put some doors on the front. I had a vise on the corner for wrapping handles, and I had a thing over here for making sheaths, a press. The very next thing I did, I got a drill press. Well, I got it from the hangar out at the airport. I brought my drill press out, and the drill press is sitting over there. We use it to this day. And I made my first knives on that table right there with the number one grinder in the grind room, which you can see if you watch these videos, and one of the blue ovens sitting over there in heat treat. And that was my whole knife company. It was me. I made 2 of those tables. I had 2 tables. I had taken some tools from my hangar at the airport and that I was building airplanes with. I took everything that would be useful for making knives, consolidated into one toolbox. I brought it over to my new shop, 1,200 square feet. I hand ground the knives and I drew pictures and I asked a guy to cut steel out for me on his water jet. Then I bought a water jet. And then I had somebody make my first set of folders for me, and it was a disaster. And I said, well, I'm going to get my own mill. And I bought this mill right here, this little super speed right here, BF2. And I said when I got it, I said, man, I don't know if I'll ever have enough work to keep this mill busy. Man, it's a lot of money. What am I going to, oh boy, hello, it's man. As soon as I got it in, I very quickly said, holy shit, I need 5 more of them. So I bought this one, and I bought the one behind it. I bought this one here. Then I bought this one here. Then I bought, that one. And then I bought that one. And I bought that one. And I bought this one over here. And then I bought the one up front last. And then I got this EC400. And then I got my Datron down at the end. So I got a bunch of mills. You get all these mills, and you got to support them. You got to cut steel for them. You got to surface grind the metal. You got to double disc grind the titanium. You've got to heat treat the stuff that comes off here. You've got to tumble the stuff that comes off here. You've got to grind the blades that fit in all the stuff you make here. Every square foot of this building is the most important square foot. You machine all these cool parts and you don't have really nice hand-ground, artistic, artisan-made blades to go in them. What good did it do you? You make all these cool parts and you don't have master craftsmen who can get them to come together like the conductor of an orchestra and make them sing. They mean nothing to you. You cut all these parts and you can't mill them perfectly. These mean everything here is useless without everything else. Making parts in the mills, and all these mills that I've purchased for this company have given us the wings with which to let our kind of creative ideas soar. These give us the creative flex to make things that are way too complex. They give us the capacity to spend way too much time on things. This allows me to make things that when you get them in your hands, you don't understand why you feel so enamored by it, why you feel so connected to it, and the money seems worth it. They are expensive. I heard a great line a Frenchman said talking about fashion. He said, they cost a lot, but they're not expensive. Expensive is when you buy a baseball hat that has someone's logo on it and it's $800. That's expensive. That is a cost, that is a value mismatch. That is not the case when you buy a $1,500 pocket knife. When you buy a $1,500 pocket knife, the steps that have gone into it, the machine that's taken place, effort that has taken place to bring you that thing so that I am not ashamed and I hold my head high in the contract between you, the buyer, and me, the maker, the effort that goes into that is the number one thing people are shocked by when they walk through this building. They go, I've had people walk through, I'm buying a knife for my son. It's $1,500. He's graduating from Navy Buds. He's going to be a SEAL, and my first house cost $1,800, and he wants a $1,500 pocket knife. So I'm here to get him a knife, God damn it. There's the owner. I want to talk to him. I watched one of his videos. He's some kind of crazy that I find myself wanting to watch more videos of. That's a pretty typical guy that comes through the front door. And I'll take some guy that's 60 years old and he's got a kid graduating from Buds, or he's got a kid graduating from Marine Corps boot camp or whatever. And we'll stop and we'll give them the tour through. And you can see them quietly taking it all in with their bright American eyes, discerning it all, adding up the money, looking at the talent. Guys who have $1,500 to spend on a knife, they kind of know the world a little bit. And when they walk through here, you can see them doing the math. And you know what the most common outcome of that interaction is? As we walk up front and either myself or one of the wonderful people on my team hands them over to the office folks to conduct their transaction. You want to know what the most common outcome of that is? Wow, I had no idea how much I can't believe all the stuff you do here. I can't. You know what? You think I could get another knife to match my son's that I could carry around? I've had that interaction so many times, or something analogous to it. It tells me how special this is and how much people don't see this anymore. The machine shop is a part of where we control our destiny as a knife company. You look at my lineup, you look at the lineup of a man who can make whatever he wants. When you look at my lineup, it doesn't look like I had it made in China. It doesn't look like I had it made in Thailand. There's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with those people. But you can tell I'm the master of my destiny, and you can see me and my creative eye evolving, and you can see my team getting more talented as time goes by. And that is not because we draw pictures and send them off to someone else. I didn't just decide to build a building this year because I yippee-skippy ended up in the knife business. I don't walk around beating my chest showing pictures of other people making my stuff. We make our knives. We mill them all. I don't just show you a picture of one machine and there's my prototype department. This is a factory. We call it the Shacktory because it operates like a 19th century violin guild. It is filled from stem to stern with craftsmen. This is not a marketing agency. You want to know why I'm here talking? You want to know why I've been here talking since the beginning? I'm the marketing company. I'm the marketing division. I don't have 9 kids sitting on a computer hustling. I have myself and one amazingly talented guy coordinating with me every day, and we talk at lunch how we're going to connect with you folks. What I have is a factory, a Shacktory that makes knives. Top to bottom. We don't prototype them. We don't make the handles here and sell a bunch of t-shirts. We make knives. On any given day, there's a stack of work to be done. Each one of these machines has got a work table in front of it, and one of my machinists, these guys, almost every one of them went to school to be a machinist, and we got him right out of school. The other one, no machinist experience. The other one, his dad was a tool and die guy. He's my lead machinist, and he started out on the water jet and surface grinding. You start out with a pile of work, and when you see a pile of work, what you see here is just a raw blank of steel that's been cut out, surface ground, tumbled to deburr it and make it soft to go on our tooling. And it's been stacked up. There's a program and a tool that's been made. And the outcome is this beautiful guy. So this beautiful little guy has got the blank and I'll show you the two next to each other so you can kind of wrap your brain around this, but you can see that a blank doesn't have the fuller groove. A blank doesn't have all the chamfering. A blank's edge is all raw from the water jet. Here, it's all squared off and milled machined smooth. Beautiful chamfers. It's got all of the points been put on the skull crusher. The holes have been reamed out, drilled, machined, and reamed to perfection so that the handle fits flush perfectly to the edge. That's all done here on the mill. Each cycle might take 8 minutes. The door's opened up. You can see this knife's got two operations. It's got a left and a right-hand side, or an A and B op. So we'll put the raw blank in here, which has nothing but a cookie cutter shape. And it'll get this blood groove and the chamfering and this done and this and the edge finished and chamfered, inside holes milled, outside edges milled. The points on the knuckles will be chamfered so that we get a point here by the time the B-op's done. Takes, say, 8 minutes. You flip it over. Now it does all the work on the B side. I load an A side in, clamp them down, close the doors, come over here, hit the green go button, and every 8 minutes, I load a blade and pull off a done blank. From here, this will go to heat treat and the rest of the process. Let's take a look at what happens with a folder. Okay, over at a folder station, what you'll see here are spring side, handle sides, spring sides, and blades. Now these are all just blanks. They've had nothing done to them yet. No details. Nothing. They're just blanks of perfect thickness that have been perfectly made flat, that have been perfectly ground to perfect thickness. And what happens is, we've got a tool here, and each one of these parts has got 3 stations. So an A, B, and C op. So the first time you run the machine each day, you have a blade in position 1, a handle in position 1, and a spring in position 1. You close the door, and we have what are called ramp-up programs. So the first ramp-up is A op. It just does the A op, so you don't wait 45 minutes, just 15. Then you have, well, actually on this one, it's more like 25 minutes. And then you have one called B op. Now that's A and B, because now you take everything that was in A, and you unclamp it, put it into position B or position 2, and add a fresh position A part, close the doors and hit go. Now that one goes for 2 times whatever position A was. So about 50 minutes. That ends, light goes off, you open it up, unclamp everything. Take position B, put it in position C. A to B, raw to A. Clamp it all down, check it all with spacers and gap to make sure it's all up against its position pins. Close the door, hit go, and an hour and 40 minutes or an hour and 20 minutes later, your first full completed knife of the day comes out in parts. Load them up, switch the positions, close the door, hit it again, see you in an hour and 15 minutes. In the meantime, now you're over here with the parts. You've got a done part, and this is where the quality control is done. But what will be done now is they'll take Deltronics pins, and they'll check the holes for diameter. They'll make any adjustments to the program. While the program is running, they'll make an adjustment to the program because it's got such a long cycle time, and it will adjust those holes with some cutter compensation so they're perfect. We know how much each tool wears per cycle per knife, and we adjust it, and we adjust it, and we adjust it. And every single knife, a little adjustment, a measure. Oh, no wear on this one, this hole, not this hole, this depth, not that depth, this surface, not that surface. Adjust, no adjust, leave the same. Do it again every single cycle. This is a Contour Praetorian tie, so this is a monster machine knife. It takes a lot of time to make this knife. There are a lot of micro adjustments that happen along the way, and that requires this guy to not be an egghead nerd button pushing robot. This guy's a craftsman. He's making sure the machining on the first side of the knife matches the machining on the second side. And we have machining that meets in the middle. It can't have a parting seam. It's got to be seamless. It has to be perfect. That requires maniacal attention to detail. So all day long, on a computer, programming, over here on a computer, adjusting, on a controller, adjusting, loading up tools, setting tool offsets, tightening the tools, This one's gotten too loose. He's got a notepad, checking tolerance changes. This one's changing too much. Tool 27, pause on tool 27. Gets to tool 27, pauses. Tool drops down, robotic arm swings it out. He unlocks it, pulls it out. He already has a new tool waiting. It already has a replacement tool in it, tightened up. He puts the new tool in, checks it with the OBS, the offset, manages the offset in the program, loads it back in, hits continue, closes the doors, off to the races. All day long, adjusting every single tool, every single part. Imagine you say, well, we just set the course heading, sir. We just pulled out of Boston Harbor. We're headed to Paris. We just set the course. We're headed to Marseille. We just set the course heading and we just sit back and watch the boat. You know where you're going to end up? South Africa. The entire way across the ocean, you're adjusting. There's a helmsman standing there steering the boat. It's one of the senior positions on the boat. Because you can't steer a submarine up its ass. You got to be doing it before it's big trouble. You got to know. You can't just stop it instantly. You've got to be way out in front of it intellectually, mentally, tracking, paying attention, adjusting. Same as this. You're way out in front of the mistakes that are coming. Measuring, adjusting, setting, checking, measuring. Good. It's not button pushing. It is crazy craftsmanship. Crazy craftsmanship. And that's what happens at the mills. That's just one of the steps. It's one of the 6 totally professional specialties that happen vertically integrated under this one roof to make a pocket knife.